Welcome to Liberal Studies at Cal State San Marcos. The Liberal Studies degree is an undergraduate bachelor's degree of 120 units. In California, Liberal Studies is the name for the K-8 teacher preparation degree, while most other states call this degree education. What you'll learn in this major is the content or subject matter that you will need to know how to teach. If you want to teach a specific subject like math or history, or you want to teach high school, you should major in that subject, or you can come talk to me or an advisor if you still want to do liberal studies. The way that you become an elementary teacher in California is that you need to get a bachelor's degree, and it can be any 4-year degree. It doesn't have to be liberal studies. However, you also have to demonstrate subject matter competence, meaning that you need to demonstrate that you know the material that you're going to be teaching, and you do so either by taking standardized tests or by earning a state-approved waiver for these tests. And then you also need to get a teaching credential, which is coursework and clinical practice. The options within the liberal studies major that are specifically designed for aspiring teachers, or if you want to get a broad liberal arts education, are the elementary subject matter BA and the integrated teacher education program option. The elementary subject matter option is the typical 4-year bachelor's degree, and then if you want to get a teaching credential, you apply for another 1 year after you finish your bachelor's degree. The Integrated Teacher Education Program option is designed to provide a 4-year pathway for students to obtain both their BA in Liberal Studies and a teaching credential. This is an intensive program that requires high unit semesters and summer classes. In addition, both the ESM and ITEP students have to apply to a credential program, so admission is not guaranteed in either option. Should an ITEP student not be accepted to a credential program, they will then switch to the ESM option to finish the BA, and then you can apply to a credential program at a later time. So as a transfer student, when should you select between ITEP and ESM? The answer is right now. Students come in under the general liberal studies option, and then they have to select ESM or ITEP. Because of the higher semester unit requirement for ITEP, the need for summer classes, and also because many transfer students still need to take additional lower division courses for their major, this option is generally not recommended for transfer students. However, each student's individual situation is unique, so if you are interested in ITEP as a transfer student, talk to the liberal studies advisor to see if this option makes sense for you. Students in both the ESM and ITEP options in the liberal studies major can earn the multiple subject CSET 1-3 waiver, which means that you would not have to take 3 state exams to demonstrate subject matter competence, and you must receive a minimum of 2.67 GPA overall to qualify for the waiver. In general, all majors require a C or better for all courses to receive the degree. You would apply for the waiver this semester before you graduate. Please note that the CSET waiver does not apply to the CBEST or the California Basic Skills Test. If you have not met the basic skills requirement, you should take the CBEST as soon as possible, as it is based on high school level skills. You may have already met this requirement and not know it. For example, if you took the SAT and received a score of 550 on math and 500 on the English portion, you have already met the requirement. Check the CCTC website by searching for CCTC CBEST to see if you have met this requirement in other ways before registering to take the exam. The liberal studies major is a breadth major, meaning that you will learn material from a variety of disciplines. You also will need to have an area of depth, which means that you will focus on some subject matter area in more depth. There are differences between the areas of focus in the ESM and ITEP, so you should wait until you decide on the option before you choose an area of focus. The area of focus in the elementary subject matter option are listed here, and they're more numerous than the ones available for ITEP. The reason for this is the number of units that are required for ITEP. So you need to be careful which option you choose and which area of focus you choose. When you declare ESM or ITEP, you will also need to select an area of focus. This can be changed if you change your mind, especially if you have not yet started taking courses for that area of focus. But you should make a decision very early upon transfer so that you know what courses you will need to take to fulfill this requirement. You can see the courses for each area of focus in the catalog and also on the second page of the approved course lists on the Liberal Studies Advising website. I'm going to put the link in the description below, and also you can access that same information from our Liberal Studies Department homepage. To make a selection for your area of focus, follow the instructions on the Liberal Studies Advising page. Also talk to one of the Liberal Studies advisors. And once you make your selection, your degree planner and your ARR, or Academic Requirements Report, will be updated to show which courses you will need to take to complete that area of focus. Students often wonder how they should select an area of focus. You should select something that you like, something that you're good at. You might consider high needs areas, perhaps STEM areas or bilingual education, but do not pick these if you would not enjoy teaching in these areas. We want you to be passionate and engaged in what you're teaching, so you should not pick something just because you think it will look good. You should also talk to your professors, and you can talk to me as department chair about it to see what would be the best choice for you. What should you take your first semester as a transfer student? Assuming a 15-unit full-time schedule, you should take any remaining lower division courses for the major. For many students, this includes Link 200, English Grammar and Syntax. You should also take Liberal Studies 300, Introduction to Critical Education. Once you select your area of focus, you may start taking classes for that area and other upper division courses that are open. Follow the approved course list on the advising website. If you need to contact your professor before the semester starts, you can find their name by the class that you're taking. You can look up their email by searching for the professor's name in the directory from the search tool on the homepage of Cal State San Marcos. And all of these green links are live links, so you can click on them in the PowerPoint presentation. You should make sure that you're professional in your email, and I linked here a tips article on how to write a professional email in academia. And if your class shows staff instead of an instructor name, it means that a professor has not yet been assigned, but rest assured that a professor will be assigned by the time the semester starts. If you still need to contact someone in relation to that class that says staff, email the chair of the department that offers that class. The Liberal Studies Department, for example, offers classes that have these prefixes: LBST, which are Liberal Studies, Linguistics, Geography, Interdisciplinary Studies, and Border Studies. If you need to contact someone from the Math Department, just look up the Math Department and look for their staff directory for the department chair. Here's some tips for success. You should pay close attention to the approved course list and your degree planner and when classes are offered. Some classes are spring only or fall only. You should meet with the Liberal Studies advisor each semester. And you should really do your best. Make the most of your time here, learn, keep your grades up. Remember that in order to get the waiver, you need a minimum of 2.67 GPA, and you also have to be admitted to the School of Education. And you want to aim higher than that because you want to be a great teacher. You should see your professors. We really want to talk to you, and we want to help you succeed. And you will want to ask them for letters of recommendation later, either for applying to the School of Education or maybe graduate school. You should make friends and study together. If you need help, seek help. The Academic Success Center is a good place to start. If you have room and interest, consider adding a minor to this major. Our department itself offers 3 minors in Border Studies, Geography, and Linguistics, and there are other minors at the university that you might consider as well. As you get close to finishing your bachelor's degree, if the reason you're doing this major is because you want to become a teacher, you will want to apply to a credential program. If you're doing the elementary subject matter BA option, you can apply to a multiple subject credential program or another credential program anywhere. It does not have to be Cal State San Marcos, although our program is great and we encourage you to apply here. If you're doing ITEP, you will apply to the School of Education at CSUSM in your junior year. You should explore the Cal State San Marcos School of Education website to become familiar with all the programs that are offered there. And I can't stress enough how important it is to join the Future Educators Association, and I actually want to take you there. The Future Educators Association is an association, it's a club that has a membership of over 250 students at this point, and it's run by students, organized by students, and you can get a lot of information and resources that will help you on your path as you navigate becoming a teacher in California. Being in a School of Education in a credential program can be daunting and it can be expensive because it's a full-time program. So you should start thinking about how to fund your education during that time. You can start thinking about it now. Visit the School of Education Scholarship website. In addition, if you identify as Latinx, you should inquire about project support, as there might be some support even now before you start your credential program. And you should also look into the Teach Grant. Liberal Studies students are eligible now, and you do not have to wait until you're in a credential program. So reach out. It's never too early to start looking for financial support for future teachers. I know this was a lot of information, and rest assured that you will have many more opportunities to ask questions and hear more about all of this in the coming months and years as a student at CSUSM. Once again, I want to encourage you to join the Future Educators Association at the link in the description below, as that will be a rich resource for you, bridging the liberal studies major and the School of Education, and you will make lots of great friends there as well. So once again, welcome to CSUSM, and we look forward to seeing you on campus and in our classes.